All right, folks, from what I'm about to call the Purple Palace of Kent Bowl, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT events, and we've already had an eventful stepladder finals. Let's hope we get two good title matches as well, as we got storylines aplenty. As 1,000 some odd miles from where either of these bowlers live, we have Arizonans Cortez, Schenck, and Jakob Butturff going at it for the scratch division title match. They are 1-2 in all conference points. Those head-to-head battles mean everything to them in terms of stats, in terms of ego, in terms of everything. So a lot on the line in the scratch division. That's first frame action with both bowlers now after that solid 9 from Butturff. Gonna likely start off 9 spare. Over in the handicap division, Josh Alvarez back in the top 5. He's got one title to his credit, way up there in points this season. He's giving 20 pins against the nearly unstoppable Jennings, who's that guy over here, who has finished first, and second in his last 3 events. Looking to win 3 out of 4, which is really, really difficult to do in the handicap division, because every time we win, we re-rate your butt. That doesn't seem to bother him one bit. We'll re-rate him again, and it probably won't bother him again. He just keeps on doing well. That is not a new fashion statement on Butturff's head if it shows up in camera here. In addition to everything else, he is celebrating his 19th birthday today, and he's willing to rock the tiara on camera as well. There's a tape that's a keeper, you know, for a couple decades from now.
Yeah.
And he has rocked the pins today as well. Easily your number 1 seed at plus 348, nearly 200 pins clear of the whole field. But an early mistake as he slides by the 247. Tough being the top seed sometimes. Meanwhile, Alvarez struck in the first and spared in his second. Has interesting point scenarios here for the handicap division. Alvarez currently in 6th, so 1 point behind Connor Gracia, who also made the top 5, but Josh is still going to pass him and gain a little bit of ground on 4 seed Nick Head and 3 seed to my right, Kelsey. So still got 2 tournaments at Sunset and then Kenmore to go before the Invitational. So lots to still be said and done in the handicap points race. And don't count out Jennings either, who's come from oblivion to where he is now. He was 14th in points heading into the weekend, second yesterday and no worse than second today, so he's probably going to crash the top 10 at least as well. So don't count Jennings out of getting the top 5 bye. Cortez might give Jakob the open back, but he does not, as he nicely converts the 310. Let's try and recap what's gone on over to Tez here so far. First of all, he started with a laugher. I don't have an official record on this, but he beat Luke Jordan by 127 pins, 257 to 130 in the first match. Poor Luke just couldn't get anything going. Then in a much closer match, got by Darren Stanley in round 2. And then quite literally maybe one of the best matches in JBT history in the semifinals. Manette, after regulation, was ahead of Tez, 255 to 245. We are playing endless 10th frame today, which means if you strike on your fill ball, you get to continue striking as long as you last. Tez struck on the first shot to even the match at 255 and then did not on the second ball. So they tied the game at 255, meaning they went back to a 1-shot roll-off, which is our normal tiebreaker. Tez won that 10-9 to just crush Manette and move on to this 1 versus 2 title match. The Northwest bowlers were looking forward to seeing Butturff in person up in their territory, as Jakob has destroyed the tour down south, and this is his first trip up to the Northwest. He made the finals yesterday and mixed it up, and then tore it up today to really put an exclamation mark on what's already been a record-breaking season. You know, it was put up or clam up time for him, and boy did he ever put up today. Gets a strike here to crawl within 2 pins. There you go. Nicely done. This should be a good one. So much on the line between these 2 bowlers. And of course, down the handicap division, it's so hard to make the finals, let alone win in handicap, because it varies so difficult week to week. Pulled on Barcelona from the 09 EBT season today. Another mid-scoring pattern, very similar to yesterday's pattern, really. Similar scoring pace as a result. 50 down cut and scratch, and what was it, 23 down cut and handicap. Yeah, because it was Kelsey to my right. Cortez has found a great look on this pair in the stepladder finals. He's able to throw the ball very, very fast. using balls that go long and flip pretty hard. And he's really looked good in all 4 matches here, but struggling a little bit early. There's got to be some momentum let down. That breathtaking semifinal. Then again, if you're not amped up for Tez versus Jakob, I don't know what else you can get amped up for at this level. Tricky little 2-8. There's a lot of oil left in the middle and still a lot of friction on the back end, so you got to be careful not to miss it in either direction. Look out. Oh boy, just enough to get that back pin out. Jennings, the terror of the handicap division right now. Pride of Yakima. Not his best shot there. He's getting 20 pins. If he spares it up, he'll be trailing by 13, so it's still a 7-pin overall lead. Qualified first today at plus 113. That's a low first place total. The handicap division really struggled when the lane started to dry up in the semifinals as a whole. See Tez taking those 4 big steps, getting about 6 inches taller every week. Right there on the 1-3. Difficult spare for a right-hander to carry out the back pin, the 8-pin here. Well, that's one way to carry the 8. You missed the 1. So open frame struggling early for Jennings. Should be a great second part of this match. Be sure to stay tuned to watch. We'll catch Butturff's last shot here before we switch over to part 2. Nicely done. Good stuff coming up. Watch part 2. You don't want to miss it.